would be given according to the needs of the people. She asked the Health Ministry to conduct a survey to certain hospitals with how many beds, doctors and other facilities is required for every upazila and district. Sheikh Hasina said healthcare facilities should be expanded according to the needs of particular area. The Prime Minister said this while addressing the officials of the Health Ministry this morning as part of her plan to visit every ministry after assuming office for the fourth time. She said every divisional headquarters would have a medical university and all medical colleges in the divisions would be affiliated with the university. Pointing out the opportunities of private practice created in the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib Medical University for doctors, the Prime Minister said every government hospitals can create such scope for doctors. She urged the officials to give more attention to the private medical colleges and hospitals to improve the quality of their services. Pointing out her government's initiative to build graduate and postgraduate nurses, the Prime Minister said all nurses have to take care of the patients more sincerely, as the government has given them honor and elevated their status. To ensure the presence of doctors and nurses, the Prime Minister asked for introducing biometric attendance system in every government hospital. She also asked for introducing digital health card in every government hospital to allow the patients getting follow-up treatment. Minister for Health Jahid Maliki also spoke on the occasion. Newly appointed Chief of Bangladesh Naval Staff Abu Muzaffar Mohiuddin Muhammad Aurangzeb Chaudhry was adorned with the rank of Vice Admiral today, in presence of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, Army Chief General Aziz Ahmed and Chief of Air Force Air Chief Marshal Mashir Zaman Sarniabad adorned the new Navy Chief with a badge of Vice Admiral rank. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina congratulated Vice Admiral Aurangzeb Chaudhry for taking the command of Bangladesh Navy and wished him all successes. Earlier, AMM Aurangzeb Chaudhry formally took the command of the naval force from outgoing Navy Chief Admiral Nizamuddin Ahmed. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and Australian Premier Scott Morrison congratulated Sheikh Hasina for her re-election as the Bangladesh Prime Minister for the fourth term. In a congratulatory letter, Shinzo Abe said, on behalf of the government and the people of Japan, he would like to extend his warm congratulations to Sheikh Hasina's assumption of the fourth term in office. Abe said he is convinced that Sheikh Hasina will continue to lead the path of democratic and economic development in Bangladesh, and Japan will continuously support to her government. In his congratulatory letter, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison termed Bangladesh a valued partner in the Indian Ocean region. Scott Morrison said that they will continue to work with Bangladesh to support the growth and stability and address their shared interest, including on increasing trade and investment, countering violent extremism, promoting human rights, and addressing the Rohingya crisis. Chairman of Council Minister of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Dr. Denis Vestic, also congratulated Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today.
Speaker Dr. Shrin Sharmin Chaudhry has handed over the architectural plan of Parliament Complex building designed by American architect Louis Isador Khan to the Department of Architecture and the National Archive of Bangladesh. Chief Architect Qazi Ghulam Nasir and Director General of the National Archives of Bangladesh Dilip Kumar Shaha received one set from the Speaker on behalf of their respective institutions. Earlier, they also signed an agreement with the Parliament Secretariat. Senior Secretary Dr. Zafar Ahmed Khan signed the deal on behalf of the Parliament Secretariat. Whip of the 10th Jatiyo Shangshad Atikur Rahman Atik and Whip Iqbalur Rahim were present among others. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obadul Qadir said the people of the country have made Sheikh Hasina victorious with a huge margin in the polls, rejecting the BNP for its negative politics. He made the remark while addressing a public rally at Hatia Deep Government College ground in Noakhali today. Obadul Qadir said, "It is not expected that the people of Hatia would be the victims of disasters in darkness in the illuminated and digital Bangladesh of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina." He said that steps will be taken to prevent river erosion, setting up electricity lines and renovating roads in Hatia. Earlier, the minister visited the river erosion area at Nolchira Ghat at Hatia and distributed clothes among the destitute women. Deputy Minister for Water Resources AKM Enamul Haq Shamim and local lawmaker Aisha Firdaus were present. Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood has underscored the need for bringing all the online media under a well-equipped policy. The Information Minister was speaking as chief guest at the biennial conference of Chattogram Press Club CPC held at Bangabandhu Conference Hall in Chattogram this afternoon. He said, "Online media is a necessity. It's now a reality. Simultaneously, fair growth of online media is essential." CPC President Colin Sarwar presided over the function, while City Mayor A.J.M. Nasiruddin, former CPC President Abu Sufyan, Vice President of Bangladesh Federal Union of Journalists Riaz Haidar Choudhury, Chattogram Union of Journalists President Nazimuddin Shamul, Chairman of Chattogram Journalists Housing Society Shapun Mullik, and CPC General Secretary Shuklal Dash, among others, addressed the function. CPC Joint Secretary Choudhury Farid conducted it. City Mayor A.J.M. Nasiruddin urged the journalists not to compromise with the anti-liberation forces, communalism, militancy and drugs. Responding to different demands of the journalists, the Information Minister said the much-awaited and pressing issue of the journalists and employees for the 9th Wage Board Award will be announced in the shortest possible time. The minister announced that BTV Chattogram Centre will air programs for 9 hours from the next Pohela Boishakh and run a 12-hour independent transmission centre from December 19 to mark the founding anniversary of the state-owned BTV Chattogram Centre. He also disclosed that the formation of national broadcast policy for the journalists is also now at final stage. Kheer mango of Chapai Nawabganj, popularly known as Himsagar, has got geographical identification GI tag as the third Bangladeshi product after Hilsa fish and Jamdani shari. State Minister for Industries Kamal Ahmed Mojumdar was present on the occasion, among others. The Industries Minister said the support of the government to mango-related research and agro-based industrialization will continue to go forward to achieve our goals. Awami League candidate Dr. Muhammad Yunus Ali Sarkar has been unofficially declared member of the parliament from Gaibandha 3 constituency. He got 1,21,163 votes in today's election. His nearest rival, Dilara Khondokar of Jatiyo Party, got 24,385 votes. Returning officer and Gaibandha Deputy Commissioner Abdul Mutin has declared results of all the 132 polling centres of the constituency tonight. Earlier, polling in Gaibandha 3 Shadullapur Polashbari constituency was held peacefully. Polling of the 11th parliamentary election in this constituency was postponed last month due to the death of Jatiyo Oikofront candidate T.I.M. Fazle Rabbi.
Now moving to international news. Two bombs at a Roman Catholic cathedral in southern Philippines have killed 27 people and injured 77 others. The first blast happened as Sunday Mass was being celebrated at the church on Jolo Island, where Islamist militants are active. As soldiers responded, a second device and detonated in the car park. The attack comes days after a majority Muslim area in the region voted for greater autonomy in a referendum. No group has so far said it was behind the attack. Jolo has long been a base for militants, including those of Abu Sayyaf group. The U.S. peace envoy for Afghanistan has hailed significant progress in 6 days of talks with the Taliban in the Qatari capital Doha, aimed at finding a solution to end the 17-year-old war in the South Asian country. Meetings in Doha were more productive than they have been in the past. The two sides made significant progress on vital issues, Jalmi Khalilzad, the U.S. Special Representative for Afghan Reconciliation, wrote on Twitter. The Taliban said that the withdrawal of foreign troops from Afghanistan and other vital issues saw progress, but the Taliban rejected media reports about a possible agreement on a ceasefire. Spain, France, Germany and Britain have given embattled Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro an ultimatum, saying the nations would recognize opposition leader Juan Guaido as president unless he calls elections within 8 days. In a televised announcement yesterday, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said if within 8 days there are no fair, free and transparent elections called in Venezuela, Spain will recognize Juan Guaido as Venezuelan president. Guaido, head of the National Assembly, proclaimed himself acting president of Venezuela during massive street rallies this week. He is trying to remove Maduro from the economically strapped country following the controversial elections that saw the socialist leader sworn in for a second term.
Commerce Minister Tipu Mursi has said commuting through the land borders between India and Bangladesh will be easier in future. He said this to the journalists after acting Indian High Commissioner Dr. Adarsh Swaika called on him at his Secretariat office in the capital today. The Commerce Minister said India has established visa offices in 15 different places in Bangladesh so far and has plans to open another 6 more visa offices shortly. Besides, fruitful discussion was held to simplify the entry process through Chilahati land port in Nilphamari, the minister added. High officials of the Commerce Ministry were present during the discussion. British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Alison Blake has made a call on Foreign Minister Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen at the Foreign Ministry in Dhaka today. The UK envoy congratulated Dr. Momen for his new role and reiterated willingness of London to work together with Dhaka to make the relationship between the two countries more solid. Alison Blake praised the Bangladesh government led by the Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for playing an amazing role in the field of women empowerment, poverty reduction, economic and social development. The High Commissioner praised Bangladesh highly for receiving large number of Rohingya people and assured that British government and people will continue to extend all kinds of supports to Bangladesh. The European Union has appreciated government steps for mitigating the labour unrest on minimum wages issue for the garment workers. This was communicated to the State Minister for Labour and Employment Begum Monojan Sufyan by EU Ambassador Renze Tering as she made a courtesy call on her at the Secretariat today. Secretary of the Labour Ministry Afroza Khan, EU trade advisor to Bangladesh Abu Said Belal and high officials of the ministry were present. The State Minister praised the EU Ambassador of publication of Gazette notification in this regard. Forming 29 committees by the ministry in labour-intensive areas, the 5-digit hotline for receiving complaints from the labours and other government initiatives to monitor labour situation. Newly appointed Navy Chief Vice Admiral Abu Muzaffar Muhyiddin Mohammad Aurangzeb Chaudhry has paid homage by placing wreaths at the portrait of Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at Dhanmondi today. He stood there in solemn silence for some time. Later, a smartly turned out contingent of Navy conferred Guard of Honor. After placing wreaths, Navy Chief Vice Admiral Abu Muzaffar Muhyiddin Mohammad Aurangzeb Chaudhry went round the Bangabandhu Bhavan and signed the visitors' book. Chinese ambassador to Bangladesh Zhang Zhuo has emphasized on strengthening bilateral relations between Bangladesh and China. He said this while addressing Chinese calligraphy competition and Spring Festival in Dhaka today. China Radio International and Shanto Mariam Foundation jointly organized the competition marking the Chinese New Year. Vice Chancellor of Shanto Mariam University, Professor Dr. Qazi Muhammad Mufisur Rahman, among others, was present on the occasion. The speakers emphasized on exchanging cultural activities between Bangladesh and China.
Now news of sports. Serbian Novak Djokovic won a record 7th Australian Open title and a 3rd successive Grand Slam as he swept aside Spanish Rafael Nadal in Melbourne today. The Serb beat the Spaniard by 6-3, 6-2 and 6-3 sets to back his biggest victory in a major final over his great rival. Djokovic won in 2 hours and 4 minutes to move clear of 6-10 man spinner Roy Emerson and Roger Federer. Winning his trophy, Djokovic claimed his 15th Grand Slam title, moving him outright 3rd ahead of American Pete Sampras in the all-time list. Kumilla Victorians will face Khulna titles in tomorrow's first match of BPL in Chattogram. The match will start at 1:30 p.m. Kumilla is in the 4th position of the point table, while Khulna is in the bottom of the table. In the second match of the day, Dhaka Dynamites will take on Rangpur Riders at 6:30 p.m. Dhaka is in the 2nd position of the table with 5 victories, while Rangpur is in the 3rd position. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina asks for strict measures to ensure presence of doctors at workplaces. Prime Ministers of Japan and Australia and Chairman of Council of Ministers of Bosnia Herzegovina greet Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on assuming premiership for 4th time. People rejected BNP for its negative politics, comments Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir. The Information Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood urges media personnel to play constructive role in building society based on justice. Kishapa's mango of Chapai Nawabganj gets a geographical identification as 3rd Bangladeshi product. Bomb attacks on church in northern Philippines killed 27, wounded 70. And Serbian Novak Djokovic wins Australian Open for Swiss court, records 7th time beating Rafael Nadal in straight sets.
That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 news. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.